Hey folks, Javier Blog 208 here, coming to you live with another video. I'm going to be talking about, the mental health breakdown of this lockdown. And I'm just going to speak from my own personal experience. And I'm also going to, also introduce an article about what's going on here in Massachusetts in regards to reopening. Well, what I'm noticing is that so many people out there are having a serious mental breakdown when it comes to this lockdown. And what we're seeing out there is people can't even go to church. People can't go to worship services. People can't go to malls. People can't go to restaurants. Long lines outside of the supermarkets just to get in. People can't go to, do the normal stuff they normally do. Like personally, I like to go grab a bite to eat, like go to Bertucci's or go to the Cheesecake Factory and just grab a bite to eat. But that's all shut down. And things like that is just naturally therapeutic for me. It's therapy. I just think of all the stuff that so many people take for granted, like going to church. By the way, in my opinion, banning people from going to church, I think, is unconstitutional. That's just my opinion. It's an infringement on freedom of worship. And I know it's supposedly for safety reasons, but you really can't ban people from worshiping and for going to church and worshiping. So, churches are shut down, malls are shut down, museums are shut down, libraries are shut down, the homeless can't even go sit down and all that. And personally, me, I can't, people can't go to restaurants. Everybody's wearing masks, and long lines outside of supermarkets just to get in. And I'm just, there's a lot that goes on in my head when you look at this. Like, it's a very, depressing life that has happened because of this so-called pandemic. I'm not saying so-called because, people have died from it. I'm going to acknowledge that. People have died from it, people have got it, and it's real. I'm not denying it's real. I'm just saying that, I'm looking out there and people are having mental breakdowns because you can't even go get a haircut. You can't go to a hair salon or a church or, whatever. All that stuff. All of it's shut down. Only thing that's open is supermarkets and long lines outside of supermarkets. So honestly, people are starting to lose it. They're being driven crazy because of it. And you just gotta, things that are naturally therapeutic are like being able to go to the beach or go to church or, things like that. Things that are naturally, provide mental therapy. And it's just, I'm looking forward to when this is all going to be over, when Massachusetts is going to open back up. And not just me. I feel sorry for the homeless people. I feel especially sorry for the homeless people. People who are homeless, they can't go anywhere to sit down. They can't go to libraries. All the public seating areas are removed from like South Station, from libraries, from everything. And just, overall, all that. And, homeless shelters are all social distancing. And because they're social distancing, a lot of people get left out and end up on the streets. So like I said, I'm not denying the seriousness of the situation. I acknowledge this virus is real. I acknowledge people are getting sick, and I acknowledge this virus can be potentially deadly. But I also acknowledge that that having everything shut down and locked down could also be dangerous for people's mental health. And it's something that it kind of balances out either way. Anyway, I guess my second part of this video was to kind of like go through what's going on here in Massachusetts. And I had an article here that I wanted to share with you guys. about, you know, the reopening of this, how long it's going to take to reopening. And as far as I know now, we're starting phase one of reopening. I think as of May 18th. Today is May 20th. Give me one moment to pull it up because I had it saved on here. Hang on. One second. One second. I had it here. Give me 1 second. Okay, here it is. Here's how Massachusetts will open under Governor Charlie Baker's plan. Charlie Baker, he's a good guy. I like him. He's a good guy. Phase 1, May 18th. Okay, so May 18th, places of worship with guidelines and outdoor services are encouraged. So as of now, I think places of worship are allowed to start reopening. Personally, me, I don't think they should have ever been banned. I think that, you know, places of worship, yeah, you can put restrictions, but you can't close churches, ever. That's unconstitutional to close churches. But anyway, May 18th, places of worship, you know, are allowed to open with guidelines, like social distancing, maximum capacity, all that. And outdoor services are encouraged. Essential businesses, manufacturing, constructions, hospitals, community health centers, people couldn't even go to the hospitals. Public transit riders are required to wear masks. I know everybody has to wear a mask. Well, within 6 feet of each other, people are, if they're within 6 feet of each other, people in Massachusetts, it's now the law, are required to wear masks. So May 25th, with restrictions, personal services, hair salons and barbershops and pet grooming services can open under appointment. So that means with appointments. Car washes, exterior washings only, some more restrictions. Life science facilities, offices must be offices that are not in Boston. So offices in Boston still closed. Offices not in Boston, I think because we supposedly have the worst coronavirus cases here, must be 25% maximum capacity. And work from home is strongly encouraged. Retail services, beaches, athletic fields, most fishing, outdoor, all with guidelines. So beaches are opening again as of May 25th. 5 days from now, beaches will open again. As of now, they're still shut down with guidelines. June 1st, offices in Boston can open on June 1st. That's going to be 12 days from now. Same restrictions apply, maximum capacity, they have to limit to 40% capacity. And this is also, again, places of worship. Phase 2, no date yet, no earlier than June 8th. Okay. Retail businesses, restaurants, hotels, nail salons. Okay. So as of June 8th, which is exactly 11, that's 19 days from now, restaurants will finally be able to reopen with limited capacity. So we gotta wait another 19 days before we can even, hopefully, go to a restaurant again. Here in Massachusetts. Health services, day programs, MBTA increases, youth sports, campgrounds. Okay, now we're getting to June 29th. Gyms, bars, casinos, and museums. So museums can't open till June 29th, and we got some good museums here, by the way. We have the MIT Museum, we have the, what's it called again? We got the Science Museum. A lot of, you know, good places that people like to go to during the summer. Obviously, DC has way more of them. So that's going to be June 29th, no earlier than June 29th. Obviously, all with restrictions. Ferries will go back into service. So as of now, Boston Harbor is dead. No ferries are in service. None of the, you know, traditional summer boats, such as like the Godzilla, all that shut down until at least June 29th. Whale watching shut down. You know, airport ferries, MBTA ferries shut down. All of that till June 29th. And then phase 4 with no date yet. Talking about nightclubs. I don't care for that. I don't go to nightclubs anyway. At some point there will be treatments, the vaccine, blah, blah, blah. That's a whole nother story. Okay, so it's going to be a while before things start to normalize again in Massachusetts. And like I said, you know, in the beginning of this video, people need this stuff. They need to be able to go bowling or to go to the beach or, you know, to be able to do things that's good for their mental health. Or go to a restaurant. People need this stuff. You know, libraries need to be open. You know, and just in general. Looking forward to the day to when, you know, traveling gets to increase again. Because I'm, you know, every time I go to the airport, you know, the flights are, there's no flights going out at all. There's like 3 flights after 6 o'clock in Terminal C. And it's just all dead. So, I guess to summarize, you know, I've just had my rant here. Thanks for tuning in, folks. I truly appreciate you. And like I said, I recognize the reality of this virus. I recognize that people are getting sick, and I recognize people are dying, and I recognize how serious this is. But I think that both sides need to, you know, both parts of the story. I'm not talking politics here, so I'm not using the term both sides. Both parts of the story need to be acknowledged about how people are, you know, having, you know, mental breakdowns from this whole lockdown, and how, again, we need to, you know, how as annoying as they might be, safety measures probably need to happen. Because, you know, the virus is there. I can make a whole nother story, you know, a whole nother video, you know, talking just about the virus. Thanks for tuning in, folks. I truly appreciate you. Like and subscribe. This is Javier Blog 208. Tuning out.